must have
adult
water.
juice box is $20.
Interesting.
shit.
Okay.
That's not what we want to hear right now, babe.
Well, it's less of an issue for you and more of an issue for our viewers. I was apparently muted for all of that.
Oh, that's exciting.
Y'all weren't. So I'm gonna real quick recap. So what happened was, shit, that whole charcuterie conversation is gonna sound real weird now.
Oh,
That
they
is.
sad.
That's unfortunate.
There's
my
a part of
God.
me that's kind of tempted to. No, we're not gonna start over.
Oh no.
Tech goblins, it's a thing. Long story short, Tomas reveals to Anissa, Tomas being Anissa's long estranged husband, Anissa word vomited what has happened to her over the course of the last few years, which you saw. Tomas responded, "That's not honestly what I'm concerned about. I'm more concerned about the fact that Crazy DeRay is using your incursion into the dungeon to distract everybody from the giant attack that he's planning to level against the Winterhold Keep." At this moment, an explosion goes boom. People are now very much on guard. Anissa is now looking for keys. Hale and Lyle have keys. Lyle is now running towards Anissa.
And would have
And I think
shouted at Anissa, like, coming, I'm coming.
I have things to say to Lyle as soon as they get together. So just when that moment happens.
Okay,
I
so
want to
you
make
guys,
sure.
so
I want to
Lyle
make
heads,
sure it doesn't pass.
Lyle heads south. Anissa heads that way, east. You guys meet at the corner. Anissa, you notice that the little copper dragon has like scampered after you and is kind of like like when you're running with a puppy and the puppy is just super excited that things are happening. Into the vibe you're getting here.
Okay. I make sure I try really hard not to step on him.
He actually did a surprisingly good job of not being underfoot.
That's good. Did DeRay mention anything about attacking the keep? Because wasn't Lyle the last one who did
I think so, yeah.
Did a thing like 6 hours ago or something like that, when he didn't tell us whose contacts were, but that he had them.
Yeah, Phoenix goes to scroll back through the notes.
I can make this.
I'll save time.
I can make this super
No, he
easy on
didn't.
you. No, he absolutely did not.
No, he definitely did not say. Is that what that what?
Not our boom, his boom. We are distracting the distraction, the thing, and we didn't work in on the plan. Thank you for the keys.
Getting real sick of this shit.
We'll be with you momentarily. And I bust my ass back. Unless they come with me.
Are you good?
Yeah, grabbing Thomas. Tomas. I can say my own husband's name, right?
Probably. Okay, I'm gonna give you some space to deal with that.
I point at the little copper dragon as I run away, and I'm just like,
"You're cute.
This is Zephyr.
Hi, Zephyr. You want to run with me? Let's go. Come on, let's go for a run."
Zephyr genuinely looks up at Anissa for permission.
We like Lyle. Lyle
doesn't quite bark, but just kind of lets out a little
Lyle,
and
please
turns
don't
at Lyle.
lick him.
I'm not gonna. I know what he is. It's fine.
Just
I don't need to lick him.
Because I don't want to explain that to Tomas.
I mean,
why you licked his dragon?
Zephyr fully leans its again. This is like a medium-sized creature. Like it's a small for a dragon, but it's still like the size of a person. It fully leans forward and licks Lyle's arm from wrist to elbow.
Lyle looks at Anissa, looks back at the dragon, and licks it back.
I'm out now.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I'm out. Whatever. You all lick a fawn, just don't hurt each other.
I trot back towards the main part of the dungeon.
And
I run back to
little
Tomas.
copper dragon very proudly trots on back with you.
I give it scritches behind the ear.
It loves the scritches. It's more of like a fin than an ear, but yes.
I mean, you know.
I want this dragon so bad. I hate
You
that this
drop
is a
back.
temporary encounter.
You head back to the thing, and you see like Thomas is kind of like pressed against the bars, like looking after you.
um, Zephyr's with one of my companions. There's a whole licking thing happening. I start trying keys.
Zephyr shouldn't be licking. Is Zephyr licking?
Yes. But so is Lyle.
Is Lyle an animal of some kind?
Nope. No. No.
You know what? Honestly, this is not the weirdest thing that's happened today.
Nope.
You unlock the door.
I will let the group that's in the main part of the dungeon know that apparently DeRay decided to take advantage of our little rescue attempt to launch a major attack on Winterhold. It's
I love
probably
it when I'm
fine.
not clued in on the whole plan.
Yeah, that's getting real old.
Yep.
I'm not thrilled.
The rest of you, and actually Anissa, you can too.
Oh, and this is Zephyr. Good boy.
Zephyr looks up at the group of you, and like you can see, like he like again the nostrils are kind of twitching a little bit, as like he's definitely seems to be getting the measure of you, but like he is super happy to be here. And yeah, so he just kind of looks at you guys and just kind of like big dopey like wormling grin. Hey, we have a Melisandus. Hi.
Hey!
Hey, sorry about that.
No, it's all
Hello,
good.
hello.
Life happens. We get it. I need you to make. We're gonna jump back a little bit. I need you to make your D100 roll.
Oh, right.
See if you have gravity this time or not.
Oh no, that's gone.
Oh, that's
40.
like permagond? Oh, I suppose your thing's permagond too. So, okay. Hail, that is.
Yep. 40. All right. Nobody rolled under the requisite amount, so nobody gets affected.
Honestly, now I'm kind of bummed.
Well, and I also realized that I did my math wrong last time, so technically, so you still rolled under the amount, but so technically, this roll was the same as last game's roll, but it would not have affected you specifically, Melisandus, because you still rolled under. I think you rolled like a 7 or something like that.
It was
real
something,
low.
yeah, it was real bad.
So to correct for future games, this game will just like it's the same roll as last game. So just to catch you up real quick, Melisandus, I was muted for the first like probably 15 minutes of this stream, so I recapped for everybody. But as you are actively using the chamber pot for its intended use, you have overheard Anissa meeting with Lyle to get keys for one of the cells, and informing Lyle that Crazy DeRay has decided to use your specific incursion into Winterhold, Winterhold Keep specifically, to launch a full-blown attack on Winterhold. You are the distraction crew. This was not a thing that any of you were informed of beforehand. And so there's a little bit of not great feelings towards DeRay at this point. To that end, as you now are sort of wrapping up your business, I'm going to have everybody go ahead and make... So this would be... So this is like a memory check, but it's also sort of an investigation. So if you roll an intelligence, everybody, if you have proficiency in investigation, you may add your proficiency to this.
Hale got a 19 total.
Nice. 16 for Lyle.
And that appears to be a 27 for Melisandus.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That is disgusting.
That's awesome. I'm going to play stupid real quick. You said an intelligence roll?
Yes, an intelligence roll. If you have proficiency in investigation, you may roll with proficiency.
So
Oh,
basically
that
an
was
investigation roll.
that would have been better, but that was not 7.
Okay.
I'm very distracted.
Yeah, none of you remember. None of you have any memory of Duray informing you that this may be a possibility of something that might happen. Lyle, remind me what you rolled again.
16.
16. Lyle, looking back
Yes.
at the interactions with Duray, you realize, at least to some degree, that he must have been planning this from the beginning. Kale, with your 19, you also realize that, and Melisandus, with your 27, you look back at the interaction and you realize how masterfully he played his role to manipulate the situation such that you would not only provide a distraction, but ensuring that you would, to such a degree that you honestly suspect that it's entirely possible he had Flynn killed and decapitated to sell this deception.
That's fun.
You don't have proof. You don't have
Hmm.
proof. But with a 27, you look back at that and you're like, it is a distinct possibility that that could be the case.
I'm so glad that's not Anissa's thought bubbles right now.
Could you remind us who Flynn was? I apologize. It's just been so long.
Flynn was like Tomas's contact or something like that.
So,
In
for full context,
More.
yes. So Flynn was located in Saul, well, outside of Saul's Rest, kind of where you guys ran into the rebellion, this particular rebellion cell. Tomas was working in Impreso Langat, as work with one of the rebellion cells down there. Flynn was his contact up here. Anissa would have added this extra bit. Flynn and Tomas were besties; they were best friends, and Flynn was the love interest of one of Anissa's siblings.
Yeah. So Flynn would have been kind of like my brother-in-law, like
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
slash
Cool.
So, like,
dear friend.
for context, it's if Phoenix were Anissa in this scenario, somebody has definitely decapitated you in an effort, David, in an effort to get people to do things that he needed them to do.
Oh,
Fucked up.
I would
All right.
I would be big mad. I like David.
Anissa's not a really vengeful person, but that might push her over.
Rightfully so, I think, given the situation. Now, again, Melisandus, you have zero proof of that, but it occurs to you that that is absolutely a possibility that may have happened. And given what you know of Duray, seems 100% within his capability of doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it absolutely tracks.
Wow.
What you do with that information is entirely up to you. So, you have just wrapped up on the chamber pot.
Where clearly I do my best thinking.
Well, 90% of the time when I excuse myself to go to the bathroom when I'm running a game, it's because I've run into something that I don't know what to do about, and I have to deal with that. So,
A time-honored game master technique.
Time-honored game master technique. I've been using that technique since 2001. So, which for our viewers will definitely age me a little bit. So, to that end, what are y'all doing?
I suppose, quick question about this.
Yeah, hit me.
plot that I have kind of realized in retrospect. Do I kind of realize enough about the plan to predict what his next kind of steps and moves would be? Or do I kind of realize that this was his end game?
His end game was literally to use your incursion into the dungeons to thin out the guard ship. Because let's face it, you guys wiped out a significant contingent of guards to do what you needed to do. And essentially overthrow the puppet government that exists in Winterhold at this point. Beyond that, you can't really predict because his name is Crazy DeRay for a reason.
It's fair enough. Hoping I had gleaned enough insight into that particular brand of.
I would say this. He probably has no interest in you living or dying one way or the other. Like,
Sure.
his goal was not to see you dead. His goal was to finish this conflict in Winterhold. Likely
Means
as
to an
not,
end.
likely as not, he had no suspicion or illusion that you would figure out what this plot was. If that is indeed the plot. Again, you don't have any proof, but with a 27, you're pretty confident that this is what happened.
Okay. I will keep it to myself for now, but I'm going to be thinking on that and keeping a close eye on him to see if I can figure out what it is ultimately he's going for.
Sounds good. So, Chapel, Hale, and Lyle, and Zephyr. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. Melisandus, back to you real quick. You have finished on the chamber pot. You've cleaned yourself up. What now?
I guess now I rejoin the group.
Tuppy's like, you good?
Yes, I am quite fine. And I'll join the crew like I normally do after using a chamber pod.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh my god, seriously.
Hey, everybody does it.
Everybody.
There's a whole book. It's called Everybody Poops.
Yes.
I think somebody needs to take the
Except
narrative
for Chapel.
of. I think everybody needs to take the narrative.
Kim Jong Un, but that's a whole other.
I think somebody needs to take the narrative of Everybody Poops and like just superimpose like fantasy creatures and characters over. Anyway,
That would be cute.
That'd be fun.
I'd buy the shit out of that. Anyway, I'm also remembering how much ABV this particular meat is that I'm drinking. So.
I've had a lot of rum chata.
So, Anissa, you free Tomas.
Mhm.
And the two of you head back towards the group. You see.
Quick question.
Yeah.
That I actually have for it's a role play moment, but I want to make sure that we hit it. So if there's more to do, just want to flag that. But keep going if you
do your thing.
With the realization that this is what's going on, specifically that Crazy DeRay had been kind of planning this from the start, and that's all that Chapel or Hale knows of this. Hale turns to Chapel, who's right next to him on the stairs, and says, fills him in because I don't think Chapel came to that realization. Says that explosion was likely that. We have to remember why we came here in the first place. That was to get rid of, what do we call it? An anachronism, something like that.
Correct.
So that the time.
Right, we haven't figured that out yet.
So whatever else is going on, we've got Anissa's husband. It seems like we need to focus on that. I don't know how to do that. Somebody smarter than me needs to do that.
Well, considering we don't know what the anachronism is.
Yeah, we just kind of keep fumbling around in the dark, so to speak.
Well,
we keep pulling a Lyle until we find it.
Licking things?
Wait, you keep licking things until you find it?
As I have no tongue, I cannot do the licking.
Oh, so you need me too. Okay. That's
Father
fine.
Sanders,
I have no tongue, but I must lick.
just grating your
Wow.
like jaw against.
I believe that tongue licking to possibly be more of a euphemism. I don't know. I'm still learning your fleshling ways.
Or
Meanwhile,
Chapel
he's
just starts having
eyeballing one of
Vigil
the.
lick things. Vigil, lick
Meanwhile,
that.
he's eyeballing one of the
Dear God.
dead guards. Like he's got a tongue. He doesn't need
No,
it.
don't do it.
Ugh.
This question for you. All of this is a distraction. It's silly, and it doesn't matter now that we've got Anissa's husband. How do we stop this anachronism? Do you know what
Well,
it
the
is? You're very
last one we
smart.
had to
I'm not. So
Yeah, Melisandus, you're the brainy one. I
the
just
last one we had to fight.
lick things
I
and
recall, or
kill
defeat.
stuff.
Like, what have we done so far?
So hold on. I'm sorry. This is Tomas. I got to do the accent. Wait. Something about an anachronism. What?
Oh, we're all here. We all existed at different points in time in this world in different eras. We got smashed together by a very powerful being because the time dragon is forgetting time,
Stuff.
and potentially the complete unraveling of this whole world may happen. We are on a mission to find anachronisms in specific eras. We plopped here and now, so something here and now we need to fix. Sadly, we're not given any other context other than something is wrong and shouldn't happen or should happen. Like we either have to help something happen or prevent it, and it's in the time area we're plopped into, and generally, hopefully, kind of nearby.
Um.
Also, he doesn't touch the ground anymore. I pointed at
Tomas.
Melisandus.
Tomas seems to like. Oddly enough, he seems to kind of take this in stride.
He's
Yeah,
intelligent.
the time dragon forgot that about gravity. We think, at least for Melisandus.
We still get gravity today.
Now
For
that actually brings up an interesting kind of meta question here. Since the other times that the time dragon has kind of forgot things, it was kind of like they never existed. So do we all kind of remember that I was once bound by gravity? Or do we all just kind of go, yeah, he's always been like that.
Yeah.
Nobody knows why.
You genuinely probably
Ooh.
all. No, he's always been like that. He's just floated forever.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So nix that
That
little
makes
bit
this
of
so much
convo.
better.
Because he is a powerful sorcerer wizard person.
I wouldn't have pointed out the floating Melisandus then,
Yeah.
because it has no relevance to what I was saying.
So he takes all of this in stride. I will say for anybody but Anissa, that probably would seem weird.
Oh, that somebody's just
That
we were
he
vomited
takes it
with.
in stride.
That
Yeah.
he just accepts all of that. You're
So do you
welcome
know?
to.
Do you know what might be the thing?
Any ideas?
Well, you're
Yeah,
looking
you-
for some kind of anachronism, which my understanding of that word is that it's something that's out of place that didn't belong here before. DeRay kind of came out of nowhere.
Tell us more, as if you could.
Really?
I don't know that there's more that I can tell. He sort of just appeared out of nowhere and started organizing. And what's interesting about all of that is that what I find interesting about all of that is that Saul DeRay is the kind of person that Saul would adopt. He looks at Anissa for this. Like he's the sort of person that like was hurting, was different, was insane. And Saul would take under his wing and protect and help and guide and all of that stuff. Like you know this about Saul. Saul wanted nothing to do with him.
That's weird.
Now, the rest of us sort of went along with it because he was saying the things that we wanted to hear, but some of us, myself and Flynn, God knows what he is, wanted to know. We're always curious about all of why that was the case. We've always sort of kept it close to the vest because, again, he was doing the things that we needed him to do, but at the same time, it just struck us as odd.
And this is gonna be the first time Anissa touches Tomas in this thing. She reaches out and kind of like touches forearm or anything, things, goes, Flynn is dead.
He has a visible, like, visceral reaction to it. Like, he actually sort of almost staggers back a little bit. Like he's just been nutted, honestly. Like somebody just took a forearm and ran it right into his junk.
We saw him and he helped connect us to Duray. He said that he was going to connect to you. And shortly before, we were going to come up to Winterhold. Somebody helped Jess with the details. So somebody
Duray
brought
got
bag of
his
head.
in a bag. Yeah, in a basket or in a bag. Yeah, it was delivered to Duray.
Was delivered to Duray, and wasn't it in that we found out that Tomas was in prison? Because like before, we were just going to go deliver a sword.
So out
Potentially.
of character, met above table.
Right? Yeah, I think this is
Duray-
Jess, not.
Yeah. Above table, Duray wasn't actually going to tell you about any of it, but that was the story that he told. But the story that he told was that Flynn went to go speak with Tomas and kind of fill him in on some of the recent developments and everything like that, and that they were both set upon by agents of the puppet government, and that Tomas was captured and Flynn was killed. That was the details you were given.
Okay. Anissa tells. Assuming Tomas looks like he is hearing her, these are the details that she gives him.
I never saw Flynn.
Oh. Huh.
I was on my way towards that particular cell based on a correspondence that I'd gotten from Flynn. And I was set upon by the Regent's soldiers in enough numbers that it would have made it ridiculous to resist. Melisandus?
Yes.
This just confirms your suspicion.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was in a cell here in the bottom of Winterhold that I got a message from Duray saying that if you all showed up, he was going to launch an attack. He said your name especially, Anissa.
Hey, Bear.
How is he going to know if we attacked?
As a quick reminder, is Anissa, in terms of the different epics or ages, the most current compared to modern day?
Yes.
Okay. So none of us have any knowledge necessarily. None of us are from an era after this one.
No.
This is the most up-to-date we know. Okay.
Yep.
Just wanted to verify for verification's sake.
Actually, Hale's gonna ask that because in character, because I don't think he knows. So he's gonna say, so this is supposed to happen, right? Is the elven occupation supposed to be overthrown? Is that the issue here, or is it? Do we know what's supposed to happen?
I don't think any of us are from after this.
Oh boy.
So we don't know if what he's doing is actually what's supposed to happen, or if it is supposed to happen maybe at a different time, or...
What epic are we in right now?
6.
6, okay.
Six of, was it 7 or 6 of 8?
6 of 7.
6 of 7. Okay.
Above table, what epic does the OG campaign happen in?
7.
Okay. Okay.
Modern day, effectively.
So present, the present in the OG. What would be our? Okay, the terminology in time travel is fucked up. All right. So Kira, Leoben, Adira, and Katie all exist roughly about 200 or 300 years after this.
Okay. So this could be above table. This could be what breaks the elven occupation. We just don't know.
You just don't know.
Well,
Great.
being that we don't know what's supposed to happen, but we do know that this crazy
Duray
Duray
is out of
individual
time.
seems to be out of place. I think he's our target.
I think so too. I mean, none of us other than Melisandus have any real love of the elves, but
I love all living creatures. Hale points at his elven ears.
right, I
I-
forgot.
For the record, I don't know that the elven people know what's going on here in Solanel. I can't blame an entire race of people on the actions of a few very powerful individuals.
That's easy to say.
He shrugs. I'm not here to convince you one way or the other. I'm just stating my thoughts. Listen, I want to point out that I had absolutely no idea that Dre was responsible for Flynn's death before I suggested he might be your target. So if there's any question of my motivations, can take that into consideration. To that end, because I suspect that he is in fact responsible for Flynn's death, I am more than willing to give you a hand in murdering the fucker.
I'm sadly becoming less of a fan of him.
It does seem like the anachronism might be him. We remove him, perhaps that removes the anachronism.
I never liked him all that much anyway.
At
I
least
mean, he did save us from that one dragon thing. What's that fucker called again? A wormwood?
One of my absolute favorite homebrew creations.
At least this one wasn't undead.
seriously.
And I'm
Yes.
just incredibly
You only
pleased that the
saved
first
those
two
for-
times I was introduced to this concept, I immediately thought of a different pun name for said dragon.
You did. Because you'd completely forgotten that you came up with the first one.
Right?
Right. So, theoretically, I mean, Dre is a hands-on kind of guy. Theoretically, if they're attacking, he's out there right now.
Well, perhaps we should assist. But Lyle kind of pauses and looks at Hale, who looks, kind of beat all to hell. Out of steam, perhaps.
Hale is bloodied, like, so evidently hurt.
Okay. I don't know if a quick nap is going to help you out a ton.
I don't know if we have
We
time for a
have.
quick nap.
Yeah.
I'm also
Fine.
completely without arms or armament.
Oh, that's all right. I have arms.
Hale starts stripping one of the guards of his armaments and starts tossing them to
I have a
believe-
scimitar, a shield, and half plate from the hot, cocky blue guy that is totally dead.
So it's deadsies.
Toad Stedsies. What kind of gear do you need, man?
He equips. I have gear on the sheet, so he just
Cool.
basically I'll take the same gear.
Anissa walks over to Hale and just lays on hands and gives him 10 more hit points.
Thanks.
I
Hale kind of cracks his neck as there's like everything that was out of alignment from that awful battle just like in a weird like undead sort of way, and he goes, all right, let's do this.
How much
At
more
which point,
healing do you need?
How much what
How much more healing do you need?
to be functional? I'm functional. To feel comfortable, let's see here. On a scale of 0 to 68, we need oh god, math. 39 more?
Are you still
Tomas
bloodied?
Tomas
Yeah.
hits you with 13 more.
And Chapel will throw a heal on there for 7.
Okay, I'm at 49 out of 68. Hale will do a self lay on hands, and the stuff kind of falls away, and he like looks more like living. And he says, "All right, well, I can't do a lot except for hit things with the sword, but let's
Hey,
go."
you're pretty good at hitting things with a sword, so.
And Malisanus just kind of finishes it off by prestidigitationing some of the grime and blood off of his clothes and armor.
You feel better when you're
At
clean.
least I look good. At least I
No.
look good.
Look, you may be fucked up, but it's like you just got out of a shower. You can take on the world now. All right. You guys head up the stairs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's early, but we're going to go to a quick break.
Is it 'cause you
And
need to
I want
think?
no, because I want to change. I want to change some things over, and I want to get some things squared away before we jump into this. So, we're gonna go to a quick break. For those of you watching YouTube, it is going to be very brief. It'll be all of 5 seconds, if that. So, we'll be back momentarily, and we will pick up from here. We'll be back soon. You said.
Are
I
we
feel
recording?
that none of that conversation.
Mike is ever hot. Maybe a little bit cute, but
There you go.
I mean, somebody might think your mic is hot.
We're hot now, so go ahead and say words.
Yeah.
So
Words.
basically,
Now.
long story short, duct tape is for ducks. Human tape is for humans.
Do not use duct tape on a human.
And I wouldn't recommend using human tape on a duck.
Yeah,
No.
that
it's not good for the feathers.
would be unpleasant for the duck.
I
No, it'd
imagine
be a
that-
very foul experience.
Yeah,
Yes.
things would go foul, that's for sure. Yeah.
I hate
Definitely.
you all.
No, you
Um,
don't.
You fucking love us. And
No, you
I
don't.
quack you up
goddamn
and you know it.
Ow!
Damn it.
Wow!
Fuck you, roll initiative.
We
Already
haven't
did.
opened the
We
door
already
yet.
did.
The door hasn't opened yet. We could stand here all day.
Yeah.
And that would make for a real exciting game.
It would be. Everyone's like,
Mhm.
but we don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
It's that gripping will they, won't they go through the door suspense you all have been craving.
Yes.
For
We're
the
just
rest of
trying
the-
to, you know, create
what,
tension.
the 2.5 hours we have left. Um,
And that
Yeah.
was the day the stream died.
Oh. Don't do that to our
Someday.
beautiful stream.
The stream died.
That is a
Nice.
door stop.
We were singing. I'm sorry, what?
What door
Any
stop? Are
any
you
further
running
than any further
The
than that,
door
and I'm gonna
stopped.
get
It's keeping
yelled
us from
at.
opening the door.
You
Hell
open the
throws
door.
open the
You
door and
step
walks
out.
out.
Y'all get in the elevator and go down.
to?
We don't step out, we peek.
Us.
We peek.
That is-
No one's walking out the door. We gotta peek
That
this
is-
shit.
That is a deep cut joke from a very long time ago. Anyway,
I know
Mm.
that one. I know it.
I do too.
yes,
Yay.
I would like Moopsie, yes, and maybe Brian understand that joke. At any rate, you get to the top of the stairs, and while it definitely shows you standing outside, that's just for now. You guys are against the door. What do you do?
We peek.
Peek. Figure where the hell
I
we
will
are on the damn map.
I will start the 10-minute process of ritually casting Detect Magic.
Why weren't you doing that before?
I'll just open the door, unlock
Wow.
it.
Well, yeah,
Stuff
we
only
opened
lasts
it.
up to an hour.
We opened and we're
What?
peeking.
Yeah, we are peeking. I'm not waiting for Melisandus and his fucking
I'm-
nonsense
No.
yet again.
I'm pinging on the map. I am pinging on the map. Let me know when you've all found yourselves.
Yep.
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 Not in a spiritual sense, but I see myself on the map.
We'll
Lyle?
take what we can get. Yeah,
Okay.
I said yes.
Cool. Did you? I missed it. I apologize. So you peek out. You don't see anything directly like out front. You do see the sleeping guard that you left
Two of them, actually.
left there from before. However, you do hear coming kind of from all around the sounds of combat and sort of the sounds specifically of surprised combat. People who are not expecting to fight that day are definitely fighting. And on top of all of that, you hear a roar. A large, throaty, one might say draconic roar.
It's not
I
a
swear
little
to God,
zephyr.
if it's that, I swear to God, if it's that fucking plant thing again, I am gonna be
It-
pissed.
It
The
is a much
wormwood?
larger roar than Zephyr. And as you are just from the vantage point, I don't think you can see it in the sky, but you see a very large shadow flash overhead.
Oh, I don't
the-
want to be that.
Last waning light of day.
I thought it was already dark.
Yeah, because we went.
Flash overhead across the moonlit snow fall.
There you go.
There we go.
Point of order. I think there were two guards, and they are asleep and restrained for when they wake up.
Okay, well they are both asleep and restrained yet.
Cool. Good.
So I'm kind of rethinking this whole, let's go take on crazy motherfucking DeRay. We could just wait here and hope that he dies.
Can't count on that.
And we wouldn't be here if he just died.
You don't know that.
Oh, and
Well,
actually,
we're
what if
here,
he's
so we
supposed to
kind of
live?
do.
What if that asshole is supposed to live? And we're here to make sure he stays alive.
Yeah, that's not the plan, though.
I know it's not the plan, but that's the really big problem with our whole mission is we don't actually know.
I know. It's
Melisandus, what's your best educated guess? To protect or to kill? You're smarter than the rest of us, so we're putting it on
That
you.
is true.
Well, the circumstantial evidence is that he did simply appear one day and take over. I believe it reasonable to go on the assumption that he is the anachronism, especially given how awful of a person he is. And if it turns out that we are wrong, then presumably, so long as we are able to achieve his accomplishments in his stead, then time will still be more or less fixed.
Wonderful. We
And then
avoid
we still have to figure out what's wrong. Sorry.
we go and fight Crazy DeRay, avoid the dragon, and get out of here safely. That's the plan.
That sounds likely. Sure. Let's do this. We're probably all gonna die. Like, y'all realize that, right?
Yep.
Cool.
It'd be the first time.
It would be a first time for me, and I don't want that. Thanks.
That's fair. It's very unpleasant.
I would imagine so. Cool. Let's go avoid a dragon. That's totally gonna happen.
I'm liking the tree cover that this illustration seems to indicate we might have. Too
Hell,
sneaky.
Yeah, Hale ducks underneath the tree and starts looking for Crazy DeRay.
Well, hold on. You step out the door.
Yep.
So you step out the door. All right. Kitty, now is not a good time. Thank you for playing.
Just a stab.
Wrong Kitty.
It's a very good time.
Meow, see here, meow.
Helping.
That one's
Going
sleeping.
to-
Where's the other one?
Going to go murder all of the things. I will kill a dragon for you. Wahahaha. Hello, my
Still
name is
definitely-
Molly Muck.
Still definitely the wrong kitty.
I'm a very sweet kitty.
So as you step out and start ducking for cloud cover, you see a couple of things. First and foremost, you see this dragon.
Oh. Oh, hey, but it's not a wormwood
Woo!
thing.
That's a big
chasing after this dragon.
dragon.
That's a cool picture of a plant dragon. Holy shit.
That would be the
That's
one.
cool.
It needs to brush his teeth.
Okay, so real quick, who has a passive perception of 15 or better?
Me. I have a passive perception of 20.
Nice.
Gimme.
Alessandra does not.
Yeah, mine's like 11.
On the back of said dragon, I did a thing.
The copper one? The brass one? Whatever fucking
On
color
back
that was?
of the brass dragon, you see DeRay.
Okay. Sorry. Lyle is not a cat. Lyle is a wolf person. So there's probably a little bit of a growl that's like in the back of their throat.
On the back of the wormwood, you see this guy.
Oh, another douchebag in blue.
Oh my god, we hate all of them.
You did encounter
did.
him before, and he was a
Mhm.
giant ass.
Like, wait.
Asshole.
We hate them all. Why?
So Lyle definitely like ducks under the aforementioned trees.
Yeah.
Go ahead and move yourself. Go ahead and move yourselves to where you're going to be positioned.
Okay. Oop.
Come on, move, please.
And we'll let the folks know that Crazy DeRay is on the back of the copper dragon. And that elven asshole from earlier is on the back of a real big wormwood.
Oh, good. So we
they
don't
look
like
they're
either of them.
we really don't, but they look like they're trying to fuck each other up. So at least I'm assuming that's what it looks like.
Yeah, they are definitely having some aerial combat.
So we might just want to kind of,
Let them.
Yes, let them.
Let them fuck each other up, and whoever's the victor, if it's the elven person, well, good, he may have done the work for us. And if we feel like completing a revolution today, we could try to then kill that weakened individual. And if Duray wins, then we complete the job that the elven asshole failed to do.
Honestly, I feel like it might help be a deciding factor on what we're supposed to do. Because if we do nothing and watch that play out, that's what's happening without us. Whoever dies, whatever thing they were supposed to do is really what was supposed to happen. Maybe? I don't know. I'm really grasping at straws here.
I'm very confused right now, says Lyle.
I think we should go back inside and just wait it out.
That was what I said.
Anissa, you need to enter your initiative.
Oh, sorry.
I'll be right back.
You pooping?
There needs to be more jester in the world.
There it does.
Put my butt up there. Come on. Sort. Apparently.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Okay. I feel better. Maybe it's just.
Did not poop. Cats were getting into stuff because I am not paying direct attention to them. And I'm definitely annoyed about it. Anyway. All right, Jess, are you in? That's fine, I got it. Boop. All right. Zooming in a wee. Boop, 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 boop. All right, so I'm gonna double check. Where the fuck is it? There it is. All right, you guys have moved into position, yeah? All right, let me see if I can get this working again. All right, somebody say something. That didn't jump back into that. That sucks. All right.
It wasn't the name turning itself.
Was it Adam? Is it David?
Any day now. Thank you. Okay, so that's working now. That's working now.
Why are none of my streamers streaming right now?
Assholes. Or do they?
Excuse me.
Zoom tight.
Sorry.
All right. So sorry about that. My headset decided it wanted to disconnect, and that just causes all manner of problems. All right. So you see these dragons. Well, one dragon, one dragon-shaped plant monster. Pacing each other. One flinging globules of acid, the other one flinging sort of looks like napalm. Not gonna lie. And at each other. As this is going, you guys are all sort of in a holding pattern for now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually,
Okay.
More or less.
Hale might actually start going around and helping people that look injured, no matter what side they're on. I don't know what that looks like in a combat initiative order, but like that is if we're waiting for the battle above, the aerial battle above to like kind of determine a victor, that is fully what he'd do in the meantime.
Okay. You do hear the sounds of combat happening kind of all around you. Melisandus, are you holding your action?
Yeah, Malisanus is honestly probably at this point planning to cast polymorph on somebody when it's time to start throwing hands.
Sounds good. I assume you're having Tuppy hold. Here's a character
Yep.
I need to jump over because I just realized that I don't have Tomas with you, and that's silly.
Yeah, I thought there was a number off.
Okay. This is... Come on. My laptop is being stupid.
Well, that's rude of it.
Okay, fuck it.
You really shouldn't do that to your laptop.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I can't
gonna
say that I support
fundamentally change the stream. Just saying.
that. Yeah,
I don't think YouTube allows
it's not
that.
allowing you to, but their terms
They
of
really
service
don't.
may be a little
They're
more
TOS.
slack than.
Yeah.
Probably
You can
probably,
get pretty close.
probably voids
So
your
here's the
warranty
thing.
too.
For sure does. Here's the thing. I can't get Roll20 to work because of all the bullshit that I'm running on my computer right now. So we are going to go full theater of the mind on this. So we're going to leave the initiative up as it is. And so that's the only thing I'm planning on running on Roll20 right now. But other than that, we are just going to go theater of the mind. So these two dragons, these two massive creatures, are flying overhead. Shooting acidic goo at one another, and I mean fiery goo back. You hear insults flying betwixt the two combatants, which may be a little bit muffled and a little bit like non-specific because again they're pretty far away. You hear the sound of steel on steel coming from outside the walls of Winterhold Keep, in addition to the sound of shouting and combat coming from kind of all over the place, in all various different directions. Melisandus and Tuppy are holding their actions for the time being. Lyle, what are you doing?
Do I? There's like noises of fighting all around us.
Yes, they're
Do
coming
I?
mostly from outside the walls. Like, you don't see any specific combat, but like on each of the parapets that you can see in view, there are
Mhm.
guards who do appear to
Okay.
be like launching arrows in down at the ground, outside of the walls.
Do I see a quick way to scale the wall?
You don't
How
see a
high?
quick way to.
How
Go
high
ahead.
is the wall?
The wall is roughly 20 feet wide, or 20 feet tall, rather. Well, okay, the wall itself is 20 feet tall. The parapet that you are seeing dudes shooting down from are maybe a little bit taller, maybe 30 feet off the ground.
Okay.
The walls themselves are not heavily manned because they weren't anticipating being attacked today.
Okay. The walls are 20 feet high. The walls are 20 feet high. Okay. Hang on. I gotta check one more thing.
Sure.
Okay. I want to do a thing.
Okay.
I forgot I took that feat at level 8. I am going to take a running leap.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to run toward the wall.
Okay.
I'm going to jump.
Okay.
I have a strength of 12.
Sure.
So I can, jump vertically. And at the peak of my jump, I'm going to manifest an echo on top of the wall.
Okay.
'Cause I can do that. And then I would like to transfer my consciousness to my echo.
Okay. So under normal circumstances, because manifesting your echo is a bonus action, if I recall, correct?
Manifesting my echo is a bonus action.
And then teleporting between your echo and yourself is also a bonus action.
No, it is an action.
Oh, okay.
So
in which case,
that gives me a move, a bonus, and a standard.
Yeah. So yeah, you sort of run, leap, your shadow manifests up on the wall, your echo manifests up on the wall, and then you exchange places with it. The shadow continues your pitch down to the ground. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for your shadow.
Okay. Uh, 14.
It lands without injuring itself.
On top of the wall.
No, because you switched places with it.
I was manifesting it on top of the wall.
You run.
I run.
Hang
I
on.
leap. I manifest.
Right. You switch places.
No, I manifest. I land. Then I switch places.
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay, yep. There you go. So you're up on the wall.
Thank you. My echo is up on the wall, and I am seeing and hearing through its eyes and ears.
Gotcha.
What is on top of the wall?
Does the echo move to the edge of the wall and look down?
Well, right now I want to know what's on top of the wall.
Nothing really is on top of the wall. The walls themselves are not heavily manned by or personed, I guess, by the various guards that work around Winterhold. The only guards that you can see are the ones kind of up on the actual parapets themselves, the actual towers, the siege towers that are up there. And they are shooting. The two that you can see kind of on either side of you are facing out of the walls and firing arrows down. Probably crossbows, if I'm being honest. They're firing crossbows down to the ground below. The walls themselves are not currently being manned. You do, you're kind of in the middle of the wall. You look down and you see a number, and it's not it's not an army, right? It's a large quantity of individuals, but it's not thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Are taking cover amongst the various buildings and whatnot surrounding the keep, and are taking further shots back at the guys up on the parapets.
Okay. Can I peek over the wall and see if do I recognize anybody? Am I too high up to recognize people?
No, 20 feet is not super far. Like, here's how I'm gonna have this roll. Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot happening very quickly. Go ahead and make a just a wisdom. We'll go with a wisdom saving throw. If you have proficiency, you can add your proficiency. If you don't, then just a straight wisdom check.
14.
Okay. A couple of them look familiar. Like you might have seen them around the rebel camp. Nobody that you know, but nobody that you know specifically by name.
Does so the echo thing doesn't specifically say this, but I do transfer my consciousness. Do I also have like my super smell?
Yeah, I'd say that any perception rolls that you would have would qualify.
I'm specifically looking for what's her face. From the camp.
Shit. Was there? Yeah.
Do I smell her?
Do you smell her? That's not creepy.
Are you looking for her or are you smelling for her? Different
Yes,
senses.
both. All of the above.
I mean, go ahead and
I
make
was
your,
looking with all 5 senses.
Only 4.
Go
I'm not
ahead.
licking anything yet.
Go ahead and make a perception roll with advantage.
Mm-hmm. I rolled 2 natural ones. Nope, I sure don't. It's somebody else's turn.
Yeah, you definitely do not sense her presence anywhere.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just kind of hunker down on top of the wall.
Tomas and Zephyr both kind of duck under the trees to where adjacent to where Anissa is. And then that happens. We'll start with Brion. Please roll me a die 6.
Okay. A 3.
All right. You guys are all pretty close in proximity. Who has? Does anybody have a passive perception less than 12?
Yeah, mine's 11.
Chapel does. Vigil does not. But Vigil
anybody
is
with a-
protecting Melisandus.
That's fair. Anybody with a passive perception 12 or better can roll a regular dexterity save. Anybody with a 11 or lower can make a disadvantage dexterity save.
3.
That includes me.
No, Lyle, because of where you've positioned yourself. No, that will not include you.
Okay.
That's roll 2 and take the worst, right?
Yep.
Yes, roll 2 and take the less good.
Does this count as a spell or other magical effects for magic resistance?
No.
Did anybody move next to Hale? Hale was was not next to Anissa or Lyle.
It looks like Melisandus is next to Hale.
Okay, so Melisandus, you gain +4 on that from Hale's aura of protection.
Nice.
I would like to use my reaction to add my intelligence modifier to that roll, so it'd be a 13.
Okay.
Hale got a
so
20.
Brian. Okay. Anissa?
I got a 6.
Okay. Words. Melisandus.
Nat 20.
Okay. Oh, and I should roll for Math. Yeah, he's fine. I'll look for Zephyr. Also fine. Okay, so if you rolled a 15 or better, which is everybody but Chapel and Anissa, you will take half damage. The rest of you will take full. What happens is this: over the wall, split second before it impacts, those of you that spotted it and rolled normally see an errant volley of arrows lobbing over the wall and just happening to hit in your region. Again, split second before it happened, you saw it coming. You were able to jump out of the way. There was no time to warn the others. Full damage is number. There it is. Full damage is 24. Half damage is 12.
And this is
Yeah.
volley of arrows.
This is a volley of arrows, so it is non-magical piercing damage.
Hurts.
Oh crap! I'm gonna roll real quick for vigil. I didn't.
Okay. Vigil does see it
Alright.
coming, so it's just a straight roll for him.
Vigil got a 10, so it'll take the full.
Yep.
Ouch.
So yeah, just a random volley of arrows that was probably fired without real any specific intent lands and happens to land in your area. You see the and we'll get to that in a little. We'll get to that at the end of the round. Duray and the Wormwood are still flying about until you decide to engage with them. I'll just narrate what happens with them at the end of the round. Anissa,
Yes.
you're realizing that this being here in proximity to what's going on is not going to necessarily, even not participating, is not necessarily going to preclude you from violence.
Yeah. Apparently the trees didn't protect my ass at all.
Nope.
It keeps the dragon from seeing me, but does shit for arrows. It doesn't seem like the dragons care right now about us. Oh, that's not the right page. There we go. Anissa wishes that they had fancier spells. Well, she's going to make sure her weapons are drawn. Because I don't think they necessarily were before.
Right.
Did you actually put Tomas on there?
We're not
Right, we
really
aren't using that. Right, we're not using it. Right.
Yeah.
I remember now. Sorry. See, where is that?
It was legitimately because I couldn't put Tomas on there that I realized that Roll20 was not functioning the way I needed it to.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm using Roll20 for right now is a fancy initiative tracker.
Fair. I think I'm going to. Oh wait, how many? There's a lot more squares on this thing than I thought there were. Sorry, let me count those better. Oop! Don't move. I want to count. 9. I guess because I don't want to get too far from where Lyle ran off to.
Okay.
I'm just going to move in that direction. I can't quite get to like below them or anything. That's Oh, right. This is path. This is Ivy. Yeah. Are there any like gates on this side? Because I'm like looking. I'm assuming we're still at least using this map as reference.
Yeah, so we can use the map as reference. I'll jump
Um,
back over to
because
the
like this bit of yard
there we
that
go.
we're in seems very enclosed between building and wall, with no
So
other exit.
there's a gate to the that's just not happening. All right. Exit that and make sure that I'm here. All right. So there's a gate here to the southwest-ish part of the wall.
Into the rock? What?
The southwest of the
Oh, I'm sorry. I see. I wasn't quite far enough over because I was kind of looking at the yard that we're in,
Gotcha.
and I just kind of like didn't look at that part with a little bit of the moat and the bridge business
And
or
where
whatever
you
that is.
and where you snuck in is so from where you're at, if you go directly northwest, there's a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
a path that leads to the against the wall. That is where
Mm-hmm.
you guys came in through the combustibles storage area.
Ah, okay. All right. So kind of our options for getting out of this circle are either through the big main gate or back through the sneaky way we came in the first place.
Correct.
I'm voting sneaky way.
Well, you're recognizing that the only way to get to there would be to go across a little bit of open area, which
We have to like go around the castle, I think, to get to where we were sneaking out.
is legit the front of the castle,
Oh.
no less.
Oh. Yeah, I was still apparently misinterpreting this map slightly. Okay, well, my ass is going to stay here because I don't have anyone to hit. I don't really have anything useful I can do. And I'm... Anise is not sure how to be helpful in this moment, so I'm now hiding under this tree instead of the other tree, slightly closer to where Lyle ran off to.
Ayo, what are you doing?
Hale moves by Anissa, and as he does so, returns the favor, gives her 13 lay on hands, which is all he has. 13 points of lay on hands. And then which way did the volley come from? Did it come from, like, from over the nearest wall to us?
No, it kind of came over this kind of near more the southwest area. It looks like they were maybe aiming for one of the dragons and just undershot.
Got it. Okay. Um, all right. So then Hale is going to move using the map as a reference. There is a tower that looks like it kind of like the curve of it juts out like 5 feet.
Yep.
He's going to take cover in that little square that jutting out of the tower, the curve of the tower provides from the direction that the volleys came from to hopefully
Okay.
get out of the line of sight. He is potentially opening himself to sight from the dragons, but they're in the pitch combat. It's dark. He's just betting on the fact that they probably care more about each other than him, but just needs to get out of the volleys and stuff. So that's where he moves.
Okay. Anything
That's
else, or does that do it
move,
for you?
but I think the lay on hands is an action. I'm trying to see if I have any bonus actions that I can do that are worth doing at this point. Fuck it. I will uh grant myself a +5 bonus to charisma persuasion checks through the emissary of peace thing. I don't know if that will come up, but I have a bonus action, might as well use it.
Sounds good.
Let's get
Chapel.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Chapel is going to actually, let me start with Vigil first. That's probably a better idea. Vigil is going to use their action to to heal themselves,
Okay.
to repair themselves, I would say. They're going to heal themselves 10. And then movement will stay with Melisandus as far as that goes. Chapel is going to... Let's see. I think Chapel's just going to move 30 feet to the east, still very much under tree cover.
Okay. So 30 feet closer to the wall. Got it.
Yeah, so I'm roughly about 10 feet away from a tower.
Okay.
And then I'm sitting there across from, what is that, Anissa?
Probably.
Yeah, that's me.
So I think I'm going to... I don't know, healing spells might... Yeah, no, I'm going to save my casting. So then... Instead, I think Chapel is going to maybe... Actually, probably maybe dash, continuing in more or less a straight line and basically get to the base of the wall, just a little bit west and down of where Lyle is.
Okay. Sounds good. That is the end of the round. I have to go kill my cat. I'll be back in half a second.
Don't kill the cat.
All right, sorry about that. They are locked in the bedroom now, so hopefully that will take care of the problem. So, end of the round. You see the guards, and you presume the other rebellious or the revolters. Those who are revolting, the rebellious factions, are exchanging fire from the top of the wall to the base, from the base of the wall to the top of the wall and back again. You see the two dragons sort of wheeling around each other. The brass dragon lobbing fire. The acid that the acid and poison that the wormwood is lobbing at the brass dragon, while it is absolutely like doing what acid and poison tend to do, the fire lobbing from the brass dragon seems to be having a whole lot greater effect against the plant creature than the acid is against the brass dragon. And the wormwood is not looking remotely healthy. Meanwhile, you see the riders, while DeRay is mostly just hurling insults. The individual who's riding the back of the wormwood seems to be hurling spells. And while DeRay seems to be mostly avoiding the worst of it, is definitely taking a fair amount of punishment in the process.
Oh darn.
So yeah, there's that's a thing that's happening. And that is what we see from there. So we're back to the top of the round 2. Melisandus.
Well, clearly staying in here in the walls is a death trap, and this kind of worked well for us before, and I feel like I could use a meat shield. So Melisandus is gonna cast Polymorph on Anissa.
Ape Nisa?
Giant ape Nisa.
Yeah.
Cool. What was that I need to find again?
Um,
I think it's
if you go
giant
into
ape.
under game rules and monsters. If you search for giant ape, you can find.
Got it.
And then Melisandus will, shout, get those who can't fly over the wall and out of here. And we'll kind of fly over and back against the wall where the volley came from to try to get some cover. Mark, cast that spell.
Good grief.
Shit. Let's see what that gives us. Okay. All right, so you fly over the wall.
Well, Melisandus doesn't fly over the wall yet. He just flies up to it to kind of, the arrow would have to come straight down in order to hit him, sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Cool. And Tuppy's just gonna go with you.
Yep.
All right. Is that your turn?
That will end my turn.
Lyle, what are you doing?
Oh, it's back to me already. Okay.
It appears people are, following my plan. It's very masterful. I will now switch places with my Echo officially. Which I think is a bonus action. I can't fucking find it right now.
I believe it is, yes.
Yeah, it's a bonus action. Okay. And how high is it from on top of the wall where I am to on top of the turret like I want to be?
About 10 feet.
Cool. So I want to run and jump and get up there.
Okay. Sounds good.
I
You
do
run
that
10 feet is
Yeah.
I'll make you make an athletics check, but like it's not a hard DC.
19.
Yeah. You run, you jump, you grab hold, you do execute a like pull up. You pull
Parkour!
yourself on top of the wall. Or you yell parkour at the top of your lungs. Because that is how you do parkour the proper way. I don't know if people knew that or not.
Absolutely how you do parkour. What's this? Is this person on top here with me now an elf or a non-elf?
They do not appear to have elven features. You're pretty sure this is part of just so as you see this person, you realize one, not an elf, two, probably just a dude doing his job.
Yeah. So I have like both swords out.
Sure.
Is there like a trap door? There's got to be a way for him to get up here.
Yeah, there's a trap door and a ladder.
I will look at him and just sort of like give a heavy sigh because for some reason hail is now springing into my head and I'm like, God. Look, dude, I don't want to kill you. Genuinely. Fuck off. If you want to live. And just sort of like shrugs and like readies their swords.
Make either a persuasion or an intimidation check. I will let you
And-
choose which, but you do have to tell me what it is.
And the pride that Hale feels retroactive, like not even in this moment for Lyle, give them advantage.
Nope.
Damn it. Well, Lyle still feels the pride that Hale has for them.
I feel it. Persuasion 14.
Okay. You'll see what happens on his turn.
Okay. Because it doesn't feel like they would be trying to be intimidating. So yeah, I'm just ready if he decides not to fuck off.
Okay. So that's a move. That pretty much encapsulates your turn.
Yeah.
Tomas. Ugh. He looks over at Anissa. Right. I don't suppose you learned to fly between the last time I saw you and now.
I am a giant ape.
Oh, right. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me.
So quite a bit of difference.
So I don't think here's the thing, and just because it's funny, he wasn't paying attention. So like he was like focused on something over like the dragon fight. It's like he's turning around towards Anissa. I don't suppose you learned how to. Oh shit, that's new. You see him actually jump on the back of Zephyr. Who takes kind of a running start and then like starts to fly. And they fly up and they land next to where Lyle ended up.
Okay.
So that is at which point he. That's a nat 20. He reads the situation reasonably well, and also pulls out the sword that he'd borrowed, but doesn't attack. He holds his action adjacent to where Lyle is. So if the guy decides to be stupid, he can also thump him readily. So that was Tomas and Zephyr, and that is good. That's the lair action, y'all. Who's next? Who's next to decide your terrible fate? David, I need you to roll me a d6, please.
3.
Roll it again, because we just had that one. No, that's not fair. It's fair. It's fair. Another errant volley happens. I'm gonna roll something here.
Are we at least a little better at seeing it coming since it hit us once already?
Yeah, I'd say so. Those of you who like made it to those of you that more or less stayed in the same place, you're going to see it, like you'll see it coming, so you can roll just a straight roll. The rest of you that kind of fucked off towards the wall and everything like that, you may, well, we'll give it this. We'll have you roll with advantage. It's coming from a slightly different place and a slightly different angle. David, you are actually impossible to hit with this volley because of where you're located. So you're good. So I think really it's just Ape Nisa needs to make a straight roll and everybody else gets advantage and David doesn't need to roll.
This is including Lyle on the tower?
Yep.
Okay.
And include Melisandre's pressed up against the wall?
No, Melisandre, you will not need to roll.
Oh. With that, so Chapel, I think, and Vigil would have followed Melisandre over. And I think Chapel was last, at least as far as me on Roll20, I had him against the wall. Would that count?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was visualizing that as something else entirely. Really, the only person that's going to need to roll is Lyle, Tomas, and Anissa. Lyle and Tomas, you get advantage. Anissa, you are at a straight roll.
17 for Lyle.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and take half.
Is Anissa rolling? I can't remember.
You're
Her
rolling
perception
ape
or
stats.
ape
Ape
perception?
stats.
It's not a perception. You're rolling a dexterity save.
Oh, it's
You s-
dexterity. I'm
You
sorry. I see
you
them.
see it coming. Yep.
I don't see saves. I have dexterity, but not save.
If it doesn't list
Yeah,
the
so
save, it
if it-
means you just roll it. You just roll the dexterity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 15.
15 will save for half. So, 12 points of piercing, non-magical piercing damage. Ape Nisa, that comes off of your ape stats, not your Anissa stats.
Oh, there's my hit points. I'm like, where are they? Like, okay, when I turn into Ape Nisa, do I get full Ape Nisa hit
Yep.
points?
So
Okay.
here's the upside and downside of polymorph. You simply become the thing that you were polymorphed into. That's
Mhm.
good because in the case of the giant ape, you have a shitload of hit points and a bunch of things to hit people with. The downside is that your intelligence also reflects that because you're not a druid and your intelligence does change with the ape.
Got it. All right, I gotta get a little post-it business going on here.
And that's fair. What I will say is that Ape Nisa would have a general idea of like who friends and allies are.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
we
I
went
have
over
an
this before.
intelligence of
Giant-
7.
Yeah,
They're not
actually
stupid.
surprisingly smart.
Yeah. So you
I'm
you
just not gonna
definitely
hold
have
a
an idea of,
conversation.
right. You definitely have an idea of who your friends are, who's the good guys, who's the bad guys. I mean, Adam in his real life has definitely spoken to people that have an intelligence of a 7 and carried on an actual conversation with them.
Quick question. Could
Doesn't
you
mean
please repeat?
doesn't mean it
Oh,
wasn't
sorry.
desperately frustrating, but you know. What were we gonna say?
Could you please repeat the damage I'm taking?
12.
12 is my total, my save for half 12?
12 is your half damage. Yes, it's 24
you.
total, 12 for half.
Thank you. The number just went right out my ear when trying to figure out what my hit points are.
No worries. No worries. All right, so that was the lair action. We're gonna jump back into my initiative tracker here. Again, y'all are not engaging with the dragons. Anissa, it is your turn.
I guess Ape Nisa's gonna go climb the wall.
Okay.
And,
Closer to where like Lyle and Tomas ended up.
yeah, kind of climb up that little like oh, you can't see me. I don't have my camera on. Hold on. Gesturing. There's the wall, and then there's the curve for the thingy. You gotta crawl like up where they meet. There, so
Yeah,
kind of
I
like right
think
next to. I too zoomed out to see who that is.
that's fair.
Somebody could-
I think as an ape, you actually have a climb speed. So
yes,
yeah,
I do a 40. Yeah, that's why I
you
was
get up there.
Can Hale as a reaction grab on to
hitch a ride.
Nisa to get up?
I guess here's my question: would Anissa allow that to happen?
Yeah.
Ape Nisa allowed that to happen. Then yeah, you may use your. It will take your reaction to do that. But
That's
yeah,
fine.
Hale, I would say that you can do that.
Yeah. Hale uses his reaction to just like grab onto the fur of like, I don't know, like an area that he thinks wouldn't hurt the ape and just cling for dear life.
Make this will be funny. Make a nature check.
God. Well, that's a whopping +0. Let's see what we get on the die. 15 for a total
not
of
bad.
15.
It's not bad.
Yeah, you managed to kind of like grab onto some of the sort of back fur, where there's just it's like it's a 15-foot tall ape. Okay, you can't reach the scruff, you can't reach like the back of the neck where there's not a lot of nerve endings, but you kind of grab and dig your fingers into the fur of the back, which might sting a little bit, but in the long run probably isn't going to be a big deal.
Oh, sorry. I just need to get closer to the thing when we decide to do the stuff.
Anissa, you move, you climb. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm landing kind of what would be hopefully behind Lyle and Tomas
Okay.
with, so it's like Ape Nisa, Lyle and Tomas, guard they're trying to say to just go away.
This guard is having a really, really weird day.
So, and Ape Nisa just does a snort, like a thing.
Hold on. Can I ask that Lyle re-roll that intimidate or persuasion or whatever with advantage now or something, or at least get another roll? Because immediately thereafter that threat, there like three
like
dragon,
Dum,
all these
dum,
people
dum.
landed right next to him.
when the guard's turn comes up, I am going to have Lyle roll a second time and take the better. You had a 14 before, but when the guard's turn comes up, so I'll call for that here in a minute. So Anissa, you just kind of end your turn there.
I do take this moment to look around now that I have a much better vantage point and can see like where the arrows were maybe coming from and
So you
the fighting
see,
and such.
as you're scanning the area around, it's mostly city. Excuse me. So you do see the small contingent down on one side. We're lobbing arrows just kind of at and over the wall. You do see from the south, the further southwest, there's a small group who are kind of on top of one of the buildings in Winterhold, just firing arrows. And you think that the first volley probably came from them. The second volley, you're not sure, because you were an ape at that time. But yeah, and you do see the dragon, like you can see and hear like further down to like the what would be like the kind of the north, heading in the direction of the north. You see more pockets of resistance firing arrows in the general direction of the keep, and you hear fighting kind of coming from what would be the front gates of Winterhold. And that is the land. Of course, the dragons and their riders having a pitched battle overhead.
Okay, cool. He's gonna chill out here, ready to smack at things.
Okay. All right. So after Anissa, we have.
I think it's me. I think it's Hale.
It is Hale.
Hale looks at the one lone guard. I don't think Hale probably would have heard the initial like persuasion check by Lyle. And so he says, "Listen, this isn't a good place for you to be. I'd just run." And will roll his own persuasion. Sorry, I don't want to like undercut what Lyle did, but Hale truly would not have heard that, actually. So
I disagree.
you don't think so? Or you
I
think so?
disagree that you wouldn't have heard that. Your pride shone through.
Well, just like in general. Okay, if you actually think that Hale heard that
If your pride shone through such that you're willing to argue advantage for it, then no, you
okay, fine. Then Hale would not do that. Hale would let it ride. And I guess then Hale he can't do like anything right now.
You could either like reposition yourself so you're better riding the ape.
Yeah,
or
I guess
could get off the ape.
Yeah, I guess Hale will whisper to Anissa and says, or Ape Nisa and say, "When the time is right, let's just jump on one of the dragons if it comes close, whichever one is left standing." And then climbs onto Ape Nisa's shoulders.
Oh my god, Ape Nisa, I need you to roll an intelligence check right the fuck now.
Oh god, I hope this doesn't suck. 13?
Is that with the minus 2?
Yeah, it does
Okay.
all the math for me.
Shame, because I was going to have you definitely interpret that as throw hail at one of the dragons.
Yeah, no,
Also,
I rolled. It must have been a 15 minus 2.
it'd be a
So.
really funny way to go out. So if that happened, I wouldn't be mad at it. But
I think that moment definitely flashes through your mind. So what he's saying is, throw him at one of the dragons. No, that is definitely not what he said.
No. Ignis is sitting there trying to puzzle it out, going, "Wait, what did he just say?"
Please don't throw our paladin at the
No,
dragon.
I don't think. I think I'm supposed to
You don't
jump.
want to fast.
I think
you
I'm.
don't want a
I think I'm
fastball
supposed to jump.
special to. Yeah. All right.
It has already crossed my mind, like way, like I don't know, 10 minutes ago when I got turned into an ape. I'm like, I wonder if I'm gonna throw anybody.
Hale readies an action because that would have been his movement repositioning, unless you want to count that as a full. But if repositioning on Ape Nisa's shoulders, I guess he is going to ready an action, swords drawn, to attack one of whichever dragon an Ape Nisa leaps for.
Okay.
Assuming that happens this round.
Sounds good. Chapel and Vigil.
Chapel. I think at this point, Chapel is going to shoot at the probably the worm dragon, the wormwood dragon.
The wormwood.
Yeah. So I'm guessing with the height and everything, I'm probably like just straight on as a line. It was like 80. It was like 70 feet. But I'm guessing with the height, I would be in my long
You're gonna be in
range.
your long range for sure.
So the first shot, I got a 17.
Hang on, I am pulling up the wormwood. It's sort of like you're using your crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your bolt like sinks into it, but it doesn't seem to hit anything as it just kind of goes through like the leafy branches.
Okay, and my second shot, I got a nat 1 with the disadvantage, so I'm...
Okay.
And otherwise, I'm going to maybe just spread out slightly, but... So I'm gonna kind of go... I'll be roughly about 10, 15 feet away from... looks like Anissa and Malisandus and Vigil. Vigil is just gonna... I guess actually Vigil is still pretty beat up if I recall. Let me double check here. You know what? Vigil's gonna use its last repair.
Okay.
To heal itself another 2d8 plus 3, so that heals 13. Not bad, not bad. Oh, how did I mess that up? Don't 25, so that should be like a 38. Or no. 25, 35, 38. That's what I should be at. There we go. Okay, and that is it for Vigil's turn and Chapel's turn.
Okay. Just a heads up, Brian, you have a weird echo thing happening. You may want to take a look at your audio shit. Like I can hear you clearly enough. It's not super distracting, but like it's almost like a weird double voice thing going on. I don't know what the deal is. Whilst you do that, we hit the bottom of the round. First and foremost, the Lyle, I would like you to go ahead and roll your persuasion. You know what? Just go ahead and re-roll the entire thing. Roll with advantage.
22.
Yeah, the guy looks at you, like he was looking at you, and he had sort of like a mildly skeptical look on his face, like, okay, like I could probably take you. And then like the guy on the back of a tiny, like he absolutely could not, but the guy on the back of a tiny dragon, or of a, not a tiny, but a small drag or medium-sized dragon appears, and then a whole ass fucking 15-foot tall ape with a paladin on its back appears, and he goes, right, drops the crossbow, walks over to the trapdoor, flings it open, slides down the ladder, and pulls it closed behind him. He is fucking done.
Good call.
So that happens. Other guards elsewhere are taking shots and doing things. The dragons overhead once again do a pass at each other. The wormwood is fucked. The wormwood is in bad shape as the brass dragon once again just lobs like just this flaming sputum at this creature. It starts eating away at its insides. But as they cross each other, and the acid, it does hit the brass dragon and starts to kind of eat away at it. But again, it's not vulnerable to acid, whereas the wormwood is vulnerable to fire. So you see it's like eating away at the brass dragon's scales, but it's not having nearly the impact that the fire breath is definitely having. But while they kind of pass at each other, those of you with, will say, a 15 or better passive perception, note that as they get within a certain range, Duray disappears and reappears directly behind the elven sort of overlord guy, grabs hold of the guy and then jerks him to the side, and they both pitch off the side of the wormwood and drop towards the ground. I'm gonna roll some damage. Oh shit. So they dropped about 60 feet.
Did Crazy DeRay do our job for us? Both jobs. All of the jobs? Potential jobs.
Is it a D6 per 10 feet?
Yeah, they both just took 6d6 damage.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna knock either of them out, but it's still helpful.
Yeah,
so they both plummet, and the wormwood doesn't seem to react at all to the overlord being removed from its back. The brass dragon definitely like lets out kind of a almost panicked like, oh shit. That's not what it says, but it's more like a roar, but that's kind of the vibe that you get. Doesn't seem to be able to do anything about it though. As the two of them drop to the rooftop, sort of on the like roof of the keep. They are on the closest side they could potentially be to where you guys are, though. They both appear to be still kicking. Honestly, the Overlord doesn't look all that injured, whereas Duray definitely doesn't look super great. And the two dragons continue to battle each other. That is the end of that particular round. We are back to the top of the next with Melisandus.
Okay, so they're both already off dragons. I think for now, Melisandus is just going to kind of fly the rest of the way up on top of the wall with the rest of the group, kind of trying to use Anissa as a living shield between any arrows that might be coming their way. Just gonna take stock of the situation. really sure what the next move is.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, interesting. Did I miss something? Sorry. I just got a text that is very perplexing to me. Okay, so Melisandus, you were doing that. You're not sure what the next move is. So you are, one more time, you're holding.
Yes.
Okay. Lyle, what are you doing?
Lyle just sort of looks up at Hale sitting on Nisa and like gives him like a chagrined thumbs up. And
Nice.
a shrug with both swords in hand. I don't know.
Double sword shrug.
Double sword shrug.
Listen, it's a little easier than killing somebody.
It's faster, that's for sure. What exactly are we trying to do here? Are we leaving? Are we going after those motherfuckers? I thought we were getting out. Now I'm confused.
But we have to take care of that. Well, okay, we can't. That I'm waiting to see whichever one survives and trying to kill it.
So we probably shouldn't leave. Cool. Don't love that. Okay. How wide are the walls? How thick are they?
Like the walkway across the top is about 5 feet wide. So with like the little turrety things on top, probably a grand total of maybe like 8 feet total.
Lila is gonna look at Ape Nisa. You know, this rebellion might do a better job of taking the keep if a giant ape punched a hole in a wall. Say near the bottom with your giant ape strength. Just a suggestion.
A brick
And
wall.
it's a stone wall. You'll be fine. Pats the ape. And I am going to leap. Which way do I want to go here? Does it look or sound like the majority of the like melee combat or like in-person combat is happening over by the bridge?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And then Lyle's gonna do dope Echo Knight shit. As opposed to dope monk shit. And will like, take a yeah, no, they would be that stupid. Take a running leap off the turret down onto the wall on the other side. Look over here.
Okay.
Like roll. Take another running jump. I don't know. No, they will run the rest of the way and manifest their echo up on top of the thingy.
Okay.
Up here.
So you are ending up where precisely?
That depends on 5, 10, 15, 20. My move is like 40 or some ridiculous thing. Hang on. Yeah, I've got a 40-foot move speed, so I probably could. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If you would allow it, there's only like 25 feet between the two turrets. I could theoretically just climb up there myself without having to manifest my echo.
Sure. We'll say that takes a move and a dash, though.
Okay. And they're gonna, God, why am I misgendering Lyle? I'm having a real hard time today. They are gonna rinse and repeat because it worked on the last guy. And this would be like, hey, friend, see the ape, see the me. Maybe even like as a bonus action would bamf the echo out behind the guard and be like, you don't want none of this. You should really fuck off.
Tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah. Kindly fuck off so I don't have to kill you. Your friend was smart and fucked off.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check this time. I'm sorry, this is definitely an intimidation check.
It definitely is. Can I have advantage because it worked?
Yes, this time you may have advantage.
Thank you. And because there's a giant fucking ape over my shoulder, 18.
Okay. Well, we'll find out what happens on his turn.
Lyle's definitely still smiling at him, like the big cheesy smile.
Okay.
The echo is as well. It's probably
Gross.
a little creepy.
Yeah, definitely a little creepy. All right. Tomas is gonna like. Wait. Rebellion guy who killed my best friend.
DeRay? I'm not there.
Nope. He kind of glances at, surveys the scene. I'm gonna roll something here. Oh, this is. He's on the back of the dragon. You see, he directs Zephyr to kind of angle, and they start flying towards the main gates. That is going to be his turn. Oh, that's fun. All right. I need. Who was the last person I made roll a thing? Anissa. Roll me a d6. Kindly don't roll a 3.
Roll a 3. Roll
Oh,
a
like what the hell? Don't roll a 3.
roll a 3.
My little dice said tink. It is a 3.
The rule of threes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everybody who's up on the wall, well, let's see. There's currently basically 3 groups of you that are targetable. Lyle, you're gonna see it coming. Go ahead and make a check to avoid. Make a dexterity save.
With advantage.
A dex save. The guard is also going to make this dex save. Although he doesn't see it coming, so he gets a yeah.
Was there another guard?
14 for me, so I probably take all of it.
Nope. You take
Oh, I see.
No, 14 was your save. Yeah, you're gonna take all of it. 24 points of damage. He is gonna make his save. That's a no. So yeah, this volley of arrows kind of lobs over as you're like grinning, creepily at this guy. This volley of arrows shoots over, and you manage to kind of half-heartedly manage to duck below where you've got hit points to spend. So you kind of take some of it, but also manage to block some of it. Fully doesn't see it coming. The guard is cut down. by this volley of arrows.
Oh, he dies?
He died.
Oh, poor guy. Lyle would like to just shout over in Hale's direction, I didn't do that! I did not do that!
I saw it.
Trying
proud of
here,
you.
man.
Wasn't
Pokey
me. It
sky
wasn't me.
violence. Just some pokey sky violence.
Pokey
Sky
sky.
violence. Pokey sky violence. All right. That is things that are going to happen at the end of the round, which brings us to Anissa.
That's me. So just it's just me and Hale up here on this one, right? Like Hale's still hanging out on my back.
Yep.
Okay. And Lyle's over there. And I don't know what the rest of everybody's doing. Where? I'm so sorry. Where did the Dragon Duray massive tangle land again?
They landed on the area of the roof of the castle that is kind of directly across from you. It's up a little bit, like the castle is taller than the wall. But they landed on a section of sloped roof that is kind of directly across from where you guys are.
Okay, kind of where the tokens are-ish anyway.
Vaguely, yeah.
That general bit. Okay. That's very far away. How tall are the trees?
I mean, it varies, but they vary between 20 and 30 feet.
How high up am I right now?
20. Well, no, because you were up on the parapet, so you're 30 feet up.
Okay. Okay. That's only 10 feet. Oh, I'm not sure Hale's gonna like this. All right, so.
Hell might love it. You don't know.
You don't know his life.
Anissa is going to jump
Oh, shit.
from the parapet to this tree over here, which I don't know if you can see my little arrow dancing or not, but
I can, yes.
we're gonna try to land there.
What's your strength? What's your strength?
Something stupid. 23. It's a 10-foot jump with a 10-foot descent as well. I feel like I can make this.
Honestly, Jess, I want to check something here.
Like I feel this is
What's the distance between you and the top of the building?
the like tippy top, or just like
no,
like
the
get
very
to some of the roof?
edge.
The very edge looks about 55 feet away.
Okay, that's a little too far, but
Oh! Wait! I found a 45 foot.
okay.
Corner.
Your long jump is basically 23 feet. So I was just wondering if I couldn't remember what the distance was, but no. So okay, yeah, you jump. You're fine. You get there.
I jump. Okay, I did my first jump. I grab the branches.
Hale goes, hey, you okay?
And I monkey my ass through the branches, the trees. Like I continue, like little leaps, using all of my limbs to go forward.
You do the Brazilian thing, and
I don't know. I assume
not
I
Brazilian,
just,
Brazilian.
Oh my. I'm just gonna. So okay. So does like my first jump count as like if I'm double moving? Does like my jump count as a move and then I move 40 more, or like what is your vision
your
for
jump is like counts as what, like 10 feet of your move?
Well, it doesn't.
It's part of your movement.
Yeah, I think that counts against your full move.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm
yeah.
You have to let me know how far I can move.
What's your movement speed?
40. and I'm planning on kind of double
Okay.
moving.
So you jumped 10. You can move another 30, and then you could dash for another 40.
I don't know if I could dash in any of this because
You've got.
I'm monkeying through
Here's the thing.
trees and climbing.
There's enough branches and everything like that because you have a climb speed and you're literally an ape, a tree-dwelling primate, I don't see a reason why you couldn't just treat this as normal terrain.
Cool. I was kind of hoping, but you know. Okay, so it takes me about 30 more feet to get to the nearest wall of the castle. Okay. I'm still up in the tree. How many uppers do I need to go?
It's going to be another 40, not 40. It's going to be another 20 feet.
Oh, well, then I get up on the roof.
Okay.
We're about here. That's the closest roof bit from where I was.
We're gonna say hail, as it is your turn next.
Hold on
you
tight,
are
dude.
now within about 30 feet of DeRay and the Overlord.
Didn't you have 20 more feet of movement?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
You can get closer.
You are now within 10 feet.
1, 2, 3, hop. There. How's that?
There you go.
We're there. Good point. Thank you. I was just trying to get from there to the roof, so anything extra is just shiny. All right. That's all I do is I fairy hail. So even though I can't hit anything,
Hail, you're now within 10 feet of all of the things.
Hail has to make
Hail
has to make. Okay, so he had held an action to strike, but he doesn't have reach, so I don't think he's close enough for that. Unless you'll let me like drop off next to them as like a free thing. But
you would have to. I mean, because here's the thing: this is 5e. You can move and attack still.
No, but I had held an action to.
Oh yeah, no, you're not close enough, unfortunately, for your held action to go off.
Use a reaction. Okay.
No.
All right. Hale has to make a decision here about what's gonna happen. And I don't
make a quick perception check.
Yeah. All right. I'll make a perception check. That's something I can do. 23.
DeRay is hurt. Pretty not bloodied, but hurt. He actually would be bloodied. There he is. Yeah, DeRay is bloodied. The other guy does not look like he's hurt at all, which is weird because you just saw him fall.
I'm going to ask if Hale can make an intelligence check with a +0 to figure out if he's relatively confident that DeRay is the anachronistic thing.
Sure. You can make a +0. I retract what I said. DeRay is badly injured.
Okay. Hale's going to see if DeRay is the anachronistic thing. I'm going to just roll an intelligence check.
I will let you roll with advantage.
Oh, good, because that was a nat 1. The second one was a 19, so I'm really hoping it's enough.
I mean, at this point, what you have to work on is whatever Melisandus had kind of worked out, but what
does Hale's gut tell him?
Your gut it's not your gut that's telling you anything because you rolled an intelligence check. It's your brain.
True.
Your brain says the logic checks out.
All right, here we go. Hale's probably going to make a decision that sucks for everyone. He's going to drop down and swing twice at DeRay.
Okay.
That'll be fun for me. So the first one's a 24 to hit.
You're going to hit.
And then the second, okay. Nat 20 on the second one.
Okay, roll some damage.
I don't need to confirm. I'm going to sink a smite, my last smite, divine smite, into the nat 20. So I'll roll damage for the first attack first.
Okay.
That is D8 plus 2. So 8 damage on the first one. The Divine Smite, let me just double check. I want to make sure that it's a first level, which just adds a D8, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. So it's 2d8, double the dice, 4d8. This guy doesn't happen to be undead or a fiend or anything like that, does he? Is he? No. Okay. So 8. Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous. 30 points of damage on the second one, so a total of 30. What did I say? 8 total the
38.
last one? 38 total.
38.
Badass, man.
David, how do you want to do this?
Hale drops down the mental like gymnastics, because Hale's not stupid, but this is stuff, the anachronistic time stuff. It's above him. He doesn't know. Like he just goes, well, checks out, I guess. You're going to end the universe. I'm sorry. And slashes into him once, and then the second time takes off DeRay's head. I guess I hope that was the right choice.
The final blow lands, and there's a moment of quiet as everything goes still. DeRay's head, being that it's on the roof, which is already at a pitch, kind of rolls, hits the edge, kind of bounces, and falls off the side. And everything slows to a stop. The only things still moving are you, Hale, Melisandus, Lyle, Chapel, Vigil, and Anissa, and Tubby. A weird sort of shift happens around you. The colors seem to sort of drain from the world around you. Not fully. Kind of going more like sepia tones. And you hear a voice. Well, this was unexpected. Well done. And a swirling portal sort of opens in midair. And not fully emerging, just the fez-topped head of the Magister looks out. I did not expect that to be Mr. DeRay. That was entirely unexpected. Still, you did a great job. On to the next. Come on through. And he gestures and pulls his head back through.
Could we
Hale's
maybe
fully hyperventilating, going like,
breathe?
What was... Lyle said something, I missed it.
Sorry,
Oh, Lyle just said, could we maybe breathe?
Yes, you have a chance to breathe.
Take a nap?
Yes, absolutely, but not here. Your job is done. Hello.
Lyle will go to Hale and sort of help him up. And
It's interesting. It's like the world has sort of become two-dimensional. And you're walking across a top-down map, like you see on Roll20.
Awesome. Hale gets up with Lyle's help and says, I guess I made the right choice.
Good call. Still doesn't mean I'm not going to kill people.
Oh no, some people deserve to die.
Okay.
It's just, some people are just doing their job and that's how they feed their families.
I get it. I'm trying.
I appreciate it. I thank you.
You're welcome.
Hale will shakily step through the portal.
Yeah.
Melisandus. You go.
I'll go.
Tuppy as he follows behind you, but he gets on the ground, and he's touching where there should just be open air, but it's ground. But he's still kind of trying to but this is weird, right? I'm not crazy. This is weird.
Melisandus is, fully hovering a foot off the ground. Whatever you mean.
Flies back on your shoulder. The two of you wink into the portal. Chapel and Vigil.
Yep, we'll follow.
Okay. And that leaves Anissa.
When Melisandus goes through the portal, do I stop being an ape?
We'll say yes for this particular instance. No rules as written, but I think it's
Aw.
more significant that you're not an ape for this point.
Fine.
Way to ruin the romance, Melisandus. Come on now.
Oh, I was ready to wonk Melisandus with one of my big ass ape hands.
Technically speaking, Melisandus isn't even in this time frame anymore, so the spell ends.
He can't concentrate on the spell.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Tomas had already come over onto the roof with Zephyr, right?
He had started moving towards the front gates.
Um,
And tactically, as you're now that you're you again, you realize that his loyalty, while he definitely wanted Duray dead, his loyalty is to the rebellion. And so you think his plan was probably to throw the gates wide open.
Yeah. Which he it's maybe still doing? Because the timeline is still going. It's just stopped for us because we're being plunked back out of it.
Here's the thing. You get the impression that time has moved beyond this point, and you do not know the outcome.
Mm-hmm. Anissa's stalling. She has no idea, what would happen differently, or it's she knows she can't stay here. That this isn't her time anymore. But she's very frustrated. She ultimately goes through the portal. She doesn't, not that anyone here could see, but she doesn't really say anything aloud. Yeah.
Nisa, lingering longer than the rest, moves towards the portal. Briefly stops before the sort of dark blue and lighter blue swirls. Glances over her shoulder in the direction that she last saw Tomas and Zephyr, wishing that her last memory of her husband was not filtered through the mind of an ape. Knowing that she can't stay, steps through the portal. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for today's game. We do appreciate you and all the patience that you had, considering the chaos of technical issues and everything like that. We will be back very soon. We will be picking up with a different story arc the next time we get back. We're going to jump back into some of our older characters. And we're going to tell a different side of a different kind of story, which may or may not have bearing on what happens to these particular characters. We will be back with these characters at some point, but it may be a little bit of time. So, thank you all for joining us this afternoon, evening, or morning, depending on whenever the hell you decide to watch this. We do appreciate all of your love and support, and we look forward to talking to you and seeing you soon. Have a good one.
Bye.